Hi, this is Tiffany Godfrey, your committed wife. Today, we are talking about DIY marriage. Does it really work? Now, before we get started, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. All right, now, DIY marriage. Well, let's break this down. What does DIY mean? DIY means do it yourself. So when you think about do it yourself and you think about marriage, if you're doing marriage yourself and I'm doing marriage myself and we come from two different backgrounds and we're doing it differently, how is that going to work? I mean, think about it. You know, I want to give you 3 words to think about, but I'll tell you up front, DIY marriage does not work. If it did work, ask all the people whose marriage didn't work. Just saying. Now, but before we go any further, let me give you those 3 words. The 3 words are, number 1 is surprise. You're going to get a lot of surprises in marriage. Number 2, perspective. And number 3, invitation. So, number 1, surprise. Now, often a few years into the marriage, a few weeks into the marriage, maybe even a few days into the marriage, you are going to experience some surprises. Maybe your husband walks around in his underwear all day. You didn't know that. Maybe he snores. Maybe he has some type of addictive habit that you did not know. In one of my videos, you might want to check that out. I talk about the dangers of pornography. Sometimes that's a surprise. No matter what the situation is, you're going to be surprised. But the question is, and I'll go to my number 2 point, is perspective. Once you see the surprises, once you experience the surprises, and then you get over the initial shock of this surprise, what perspective are you going to take? As a coach, as a certified wife and marriage coach, I've dealt with a lot of women. They've taken the perspective of, you know what, I'm out of here, I'm done. I'm going to talk to my mother about it. I'm going to talk to my friend. I'm going to go talk to my pastor. I'm going to see what God says. And here's the thing. As a faith-based coach, I believe and I know that God was the creator of marriage. So anytime you want something fixed, you go to the original creator. And a lot of people say, well, if God is the creator of marriage, that's fine, but how do I find out? Well, there are different ways you can find out. There are marriage conferences you can attend. There are some churches are doing groups or Bible studies on marriage conferences or marriage itself. You have books on marriages, tons of books on marriages. But what if you are not a self-motivated person? What if you need somebody to hold you accountable? And that takes me to number 3. Number 3, invitation. I am giving you an invitation. I want to make this easy for you. No, DIY marriage does not work, because if you come to the table with one set of rules on marriage based on your parents, and he came to the table with another set, whose perspective is going to work? So my thing is, let's start with a clean slate and let's see what God says. Even if you start by yourself, here's the deal. You want to be around people who have a godly perspective, and you want to be in a safe place. And I want to encourage you to be around a small group of people who have the same interests, the same goals, women who are fighting for their marriage. I want to invite you to ESPN Wives and Future Wives. We meet every Tuesday night. It's a safe place of married as well as single women who want to be married. They're open to learning about marriage because they don't want a DIY marriage. Why try to do this on your own when you don't know the intricacies of the relationship? You've only been married for a year. You definitely don't know everything that's going to come about in your marriage. You could be married 20 years and there are things coming down the pipe, and you've got to know how to walk in oneness with your husband to the point that you come out with a success. That's the goal, oneness. What can you do to make this marriage walk and remain in oneness? And a lot of times we don't know because we've come to the table with wrong perceptions of marriage, what this person did, what that person did, what we saw on TV. And let me tell you, most of the time TV is wrong. So come with a group of individuals, a group of women who love God. ESPN Wives and Future Wives. The link is going to be right down there in the description box, comments box. And I want you to join us. I want you to see what we're talking about. We're going to give an encouraging word. That's E. We're going to talk about scripture. That's S. We're going to pray. And we're going to give you the next steps. We're going to give you some practical steps for growing in your marriage. Because believe me, if you try to do it yourself in marriage, nobody wins. So thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you at ESPN Wives and Future Wives. Share this video with somebody. And again, go ahead and like this. Click the like button and subscribe to this channel. Love you. Bye.